Hello, and welcome to Elizabeth's World, episode 6520. Violin tip of the day. I invited my old student Doug here. He used to be a student and now he's just a spine, so that I can show you one thing that I'm really passionate about. So if you look really closely at Doug, you'll see that in the spine, these are the nerves, and these little parts between, these are the discs. And they're like a spongy part that keep the vertebrae apart from each other. And if you look, so this is the cervical spine and this is the lumbar. So this is near the neck, right? Or in the neck, actually, going up into the brainstem. So the discs get smaller and smaller as they go up and thinner with less material. So one thing that I really try to do with all of my students is when we have the violin position that we plop. That means that our head is just going like this and that it's heavy. Hold on. Okay, so our head goes like this and sort of lays on the violin and it doesn't turn because any amount of twisting or turning, or if their head comes down like this, anything like that, then what happens is Doug has too much pressure here. And then what'll eventually happen is pain and these discs actually coming out. And so the whole Suzuki nose to scroll thing, I hate that because that teaches nose to scroll like this. Okay, so no one plays like that. That's not a real thing. I don't know what that is. I don't understand. But this is like insane and really hurts. So if you do it yourself, everybody do it. Just like put your nose to your scroll. Okay, that hurts me. No. Okay. Also, any amount of coming forward. So if the shoulder rest doesn't fit or they have no shoulder rest or whatever the situation is and they're coming forward like this and the head is forward, also tremendous amount of pain. I have some questions from some very creative listeners. Do you like puzzles? No, not at all. I would never do a puzzle. That sounds like torture. I would have to think about it, right? No, I don't think so. No. I've seen people doing that number one and I'm like, no. Like, okay. Would I rather have a giraffe or an elephant as a mode of transportation? Well, I will tell you that I actually already have an elephant as a mode of transportation, so I would definitely select that. My elephant, Peggy, is in the basement. And she has like a huge yard and pool and everything down there. It's like totally like Africa in the basement. Anyway, Peggy takes me everywhere, and I chose her because of her wide girth. I feel like with a giraffe, you might always be like worried that you're falling off. With an elephant, it's pretty steady, you know? Also, Peggy does helpful things for me, like gets things with her trunk that I drop on the ground as we're traveling. Peggy is able to move at a quick pace, but nothing that might knock me off. So anyway, definitely elephant and definitely my elephant named Peggy. Have I met any famous people? Well, I've met a lot of wonderful famous people in the classical music world, but that's a little boring. So I'm going to go outside of the classical music world. So I've met Nicole Kidman because Ellie did a movie with her. And I have met Aaron Paul because Ellie did a TV show with him. And I have met Shaq because I went to a dinner party once in Louisiana and he was just there and everyone was like, ooh. And I was like, I don't know who you are. I've never even heard your name. But he was like 10 feet tall. He was really amused that I had no idea who he was. And I have met Art Garfunkel. And I have played with him, and he invited me on his boat, and we danced together to Cecilia. Are zombies slow or fast? You know, this question has given me much pause. I think zombies are slow because they're like undead, right? So they're like, right? They're not like running. I don't know if they have the energy for that. I think they're just looking for other people to like zombify, right? I'm not a zombie expert, but I'm pretty sure that they move slowly. That's my final answer. If you could jump into a pool of something other than water, what would it be? Okay, I'm gonna need some suggestions. So after the story, if you could write in what you'd like to jump in, then maybe I will post my favorite ones tomorrow. Quote of the day. The dog that trots about always finds a bone. Golda Meir.